Good morning, all. Please check, is my voice audible? Please check and revert once, is my voice audible to all? Okay, so all banking courses are available for 12 months at cost of rupees 5,000. Next, AAZADI batch is there, which is for rupees 1,500. SBI PO and IBPS PO batch is there, which is for 2,000. Okay, so in today's class, what we are going to do, we will be solving some mixed questions. They are memory based questions. So memory based paper is divided into two parts. Like today, we will be doing the half part, and tomorrow we will do the rest of the part. So it is divided into two parts. Before starting today's class, please like and share the session. Please like and share the session once so that your friends can also join the class. Okay, let's start now. So first is reading comprehension. So first we will solve this. Like 15 questions we will be doing in our today's class, and rest 15 we will do tomorrow. So let's read now. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question given below. So we have to read this paragraph, and on the basis of this paragraph, we have to answer some questions. The Finance Ministry on Monday said the union budget would be growth-oriented, implicitly signaling that it will address the investment crisis in the Indian economy. So here they are saying कि मंडे को एक यूनियन बजट ने क्या बोला था कि यूनियन बजट जो है वो ग्रोथ ओरिएंटेड होगा. किसके ऊपर फोकस किया जाएगा? They will be focusing on growth, and moreover they will be signaling the investment crisis in Indian economy. Given the fiscal constraints and other parameters under which the government has to function, the effort of the government is to present a budget which is growth oriented, that maintains the momentum of growth and tries to develop on it. So here they are saying कि main function government का क्या है, that government has to put some effort so that they can present a budget which is growth oriented and which can maintain the momentum of growth and can develop it too. Next, Economic Affairs Secretary Shakti Kanta Das said in an interview where DD News uploaded on YouTube on Monday, according to Das, the budget will also detail new measures to support ongoing programs such as Startup India, Stand Up India, Make in India, Digital India, Skill Mission, all of which have a strong focus on creating jobs. So she was saying this कि budget जो है वो इन measures को भी लेके support में आएगा, like Startup India, Stand Up India, Make in India, इन सब के relation में भी कुछ measures बनाए जाएंगे. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will be presenting his third budget on 29 Feb at a time when private investment has dried up. So here they are saying कि जो finance minister है अरुण जेटली वो क्या present करेगा? थर्ड बजट लेके आएगा. कब? On 29th of Feb. And Exchequer has had to incur higher expenditure due to implementation of the one rank, one pension scheme for the armed forces and the recommendation of 7th pay commission. So they have to do investment in relation to this. That's why it will be expensive for them. उनको higher expenditure करना पड़ेगा. That may cramp the government's ability to accelerate public investment to revive economic growth while sticking within the confines of its fiscal deficit target. So here they are saying कि इससे क्या होगा, गवर्नमेंट की एबिलिटी भी एक्सिलरेट होगी पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट से रिलेशन में, and moreover we will be able to revive the economic growth. Some parts of the government believe that emphasis should be on the growth and not physical consolidation. So some parts of the government is believing this thing कि emphasis किस पे रहना चाहिए, growth के ऊपर, not on fiscal consolidation. Other parts in the Reserve Bank of India believe the finance minister should adhere to his physical commitment made in the last year. So, but Reserve Bank of India क्या believe करता है कि फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर को अपनी सारी फिजिकल कमिटमेंट्स जो उसने की हैं उसको फुलफिल करना पड़ेगा, that he made in his last budget. Is this clear? First paragraph. Good morning, Nilendra. Let's read next. Without revealing whether government will regress from the path of physical consolidation, Das said the government's priority is to take a balanced view on the expenditure requirement to keep our growth momentum and to what extent we can borrow. So, good morning, Shiv Kumar. So here they are saying कि ये चीज रिवील किए बिना गवर्नमेंट की प्रायोरिटी क्या थी, दैट दे हैव टू मेक अ बैलेंस्ड व्यू ऑन एक्सपेंडिचर रिक्वायरमेंट, कि कितना पैसा चाहिए और उन्हें कितना पैसा बोरो करना पड़ेगा. Care Ratings Chief Economics Madan Snavi said the government has to increase its allocation for public investment on infrastructure to stimulate growth. So मदन ने क्या बोला था कि गवर्नमेंट को अपनी एलोकेशन जो है पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट में इंक्रीज करनी पड़ेगी, so that government can stimulate increase the growth. I expect government to spend 10,000 to 20,000 crore additional amount on infrastructure. Given nominal GDP is not expected to expand significantly, the leeway for the government to spend more may not be there while keeping fiscal deficit with 3.7 to 3.9% of GDP. So he was saying according to him 10,000 से 20,000 crore additional amount किस पे लगना चाहिए, infrastructure पे लगना चाहिए. And given nominal GDP is not expected to expand significantly, और given GDP जो है वो ज्यादा expand नहीं करेगा because physical deficit बहुत ज्यादा है, within 3.7 to 3.9% of GDP में physical deficit गिर जाएगा. So I don't expect a big bang push for infrastructure spending given the physical constraint, he said. So physical constraint है, government is not having enough money, so that's why I don't expect this thing कि government जो है वो इतना पैसा infrastructure पे लगाएगी. The finance minister revealed more contours of his budget when Minister of State for Finance Jayant Sinha, also in an interview to DD News, said 4 pillars of the budget will be poverty eradication, फार्मर्स प्रॉस्पेरिटी, जॉब क्रिएशन. किसके ऊपर फोकस करेगा? इन 4 चीजों के ऊपर फोकस करना है. This budget will be a forward-looking budget that will ensure that India will continue to be heaven of stability and growth. Forward-looking budget रहेगा जिससे ensure होगा कि इंडिया जो है वो इंडिया में stability आएगी and growth आएगी. The government has been contemplating tax incentives to companies in the manufacturing sector, including tax reductions on emoluments paid to new employees to encourage firms to set up hiring and create jobs. Government जो है वो tax incentives भी देगी companies को. क्यों देगी? So that they can create more jobs and they can encourage the firms to set up. The government published suggestions that it has received internally from various government departments and other stakeholders on mygovernment.in website seeking further ideas. और government ने ये भी बोला है कि हम आपकी suggestions को welcome करेंगे. Suggestions being considered include financial incentive, किस किस के ऊपर होनी चाहिए? Financial incentive, tax incentive and subsidies के ऊपर for employees, and upgrading and improving employment exchange. Another suggestion is to expand the scope of tax deduction currently available to companies that add at least 10% to their workforce in a year by lowering their threshold limit. The incentive is only available in case of employees who earn less than 6 lakh a year. So जो employees 6 lakh से कम earn करते हैं उनको tax deduction की भी facility मिलेगी. Is it clear? Nilendra, Shiv Kumar? Reply fast. The topic of the passage asked in exam was based on infrastructure investment. So we are doing memory based question. So past exam में ये आ चुका है and it was based on infrastructure investment. Let's solve first question now. What is the main objective of the government to create the union budget? Objective क्या था? क्यों create करना था उन्होंने ये union budget? What will be the answer? Yes, C is the correct answer. It should be growth oriented. उनको growth चाहिए थी. That's why they created this union budget. C is the correct answer to this. Correct Nilendra, correct Shiv Kumar. Next, where is it expected to invest by government to stimulate growth? किसके ऊपर इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी पड़ेगी ताकि उनकी ग्रोथ जो है वो इंक्रीज हो सके? Be fast. Yes, on infrastructure. Correct. A is the correct answer to this. Very good. Next, what does this mean that India will continue to be a heaven of stability? इसका मतलब क्या है heaven of stability? No correct. C or D? Check one, Shiv Kumar. C is the correct answer. India will continue towards stability even in disturbed economic environment. So, इंडिया के अंदर क्या आती रहेगी? स्टेबिलिटी आती रहेगी इवन इन डिस्टर्ब एनवायरमेंट. चाहे डिस्टर्ब एनवायरमेंट हो, बट इंडिया विल कंटिन्यू टुवर्ड स्टेबिलिटी बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल फोर सेक्टर्स और फोर पिलर्स. So C is the correct answer. The budget will remain unchanged. The budget will not remain unchanged if it was written that India will become stable even in turbulent and choppy economic environment, then it is correct. But now it is not correct because they have written the budget will remain unchanged. Next, why is the government providing tax incentive to companies in manufacturing sector? क्यों tax incentives दिए जा रहे थे? No, it is C, to create new job. So why they were giving these incentives? क्यों incentives दे रहे थे company को? So that they can create new job opportunities and to initiate project Make in India. Let's check where it was written. It was written here only. He added, the government has been contemplating tax incentives to companies in the manufacturing sector, including tax reduction on emoluments paid to new employees to encourage firms to set up hiring and create jobs under its Make in India initiative. क्या मेन मोटिव था उनका कि जॉब्स क्रिएट करने हैं इन द अंडर द इनिशिएटिव दैट इज मेक इन इंडिया. इज इट क्लियर? Next, which one of the following is not the suggestion considered by the government? Yes, he is the correct answer. Tax penalty for high income people. So they haven't mentioned anything about this thing. So E is the correct answer to this. Okay, let's take next paragraph now. Correct, Shukumar. 6 to 10, read the following passage carefully and answer the question. The alarm bell should start ringing in anytime now. An important component of the economy has been sinking and needs to be rescued urgently. So here they are saying कि important component जो economy का है वो sink कर रहा है, वो डूब रहा है, इसीलिए उसको rescue करना पड़ेगा, बचाना पड़ेगा. The critical piece is saving, and within this overall held household saving is one of the critical subcomponent that needs to close watch and nurturing. So ये critical piece कौन सा है? It is about savings, जिसको properly nurture करना पड़ेगा. While it is true that one of the primary reasons behind current economic slowdown is the steady rate of capital expansion or investment in infrastructure as well as plant and machinery. So here they are saying कि primary reason क्या है किसका slowdown का? यही है कि investment नहीं हो रही infrastructure में and capital expansion का rate जो है वो बहुत कम है. All attempts to stimulate investment activity are likely to come to naught if savings do not grow. So अगर savings नहीं grow होंगी तो ये कोई भी effort जो है वो successful नहीं होगा. Without any government growth in the savings rate, it is futile to think of any spurt in investment and consequently in the overall economic growth. So अगर savings rate में कोई भी growth नहीं हुई, then we can't think of investment and we can't think of overall economic growth. If we source all investment funding from overseas, it might be possible to contemplate investment growth without any corresponding rise in savings rate. अगर हम इन्वेस्टमेंट की फंडिंग ओवरसीज से लेते हैं तब भी कोई फायदा नहीं होगा because saving rate will not grow. But that is unlikely to happen. Within the overall savings universe, the subcomponent household saving is most critical. So सबसे ज्यादा critical क्या है? Household saving सबसे ज्यादा critical position पे है. It provides bulk of savings in the economy, while private corporate savings and growth government saving contributing the balance. So वो क्या provide करती हैं? Bulk of savings provide करती हैं household savings government को, and they can do their work. The worrying factor is the near stagnation in household savings over the last 8 years or so. What's ever more disconcerting is that the fact that household savings remained almost flat the go-go years of 2004 to 8. So here they are simply saying कि household savings नहीं हो रही हैं. That's why government के पास पैसा नहीं है कि वो investment कर सकें. So we have to grow household savings. Is this clear? Okay, next. This seems to be counterfactual. There are many studies that show that there is direct relationship between overall economic growth and household savings. So बहुत सारी studies हैं that show this thing कि direct relationship है किसके बीच में overall growth में and household saving. So at a time when India's GDP was growing by over 9% every year, the household saving rate stayed almost constant at close to 23% of GDP. सो जब इंडिया का जीडीपी ग्रो कर रहा था बाय ओवर 9% एवरी ईयर, हाउस होल्ड सेविंग्स जो थे वो ऑलमोस्ट कांस्टेंट थे, विच वाज क्लोज टू 23%. There was, of course, an increase in absolute terms, but it remained somewhat fixed as a proportion of GDP. What is responsible for the contradictory movement? The subgroup on household savings formed by Working Group on Savings for 12th Plan set up by Planning Commission and chaired by RB. Our Deputy Governor Subir Gokran has this say a recently study had attributed decline in household saving ratio in UK during 1995 to host of factors such as declining real interest rate, looser credit conditions, increase in asset price and greater macroeconomic stability. So उसने क्या बोला कि यूके में भी हाउस होल्ड की जो सेविंग रेशियो थी वो डिक्लाइन करी है, वो डिक्रीज हुई है, और उसकी वजह से क्या क्या हुआ है, इंटरेस्ट रेट्स डिक्रीज हुए हैं, क्रेडिट कंडीशंस डिक्रीज हुई हैं, एसेट के प्राइसेस इंक्रीज हो गए हैं एंड मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी नहीं आ रही. While recognizing that one of the key differences in the evolving household saving scenario between UK and India is the impact of demographics, anecdotal evidence on increasing consumerism and the entrenchment. So here they are saying कि UK और India में scenario क्या है, impact difference क्या है, impact of demographics. So demographics means लोगों का difference है. anecdotal evidences भी हैं, पुराने evidences भी हैं हमारे पास that they are increasing consumerism and entrenchment too. Is it clear? Shivkumar, Nalenda, rest all who are there, please reply. Okay, next. India, apart from easier availability of credit and improvement overall macroeconomic conditions, is perhaps indicative of some drag on household savings over the last few years as well as going forward. So here they are saying कि इंडिया का जो लाइफस्टाइल है और इजी अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ क्रेडिट है उसकी वजह से ये चीज हो रही है. India has another facet, a penchant for physical assets such as bullion or land. So दूसरी चीज क्या है, that physical assets responsible है इस चीज के लिए. After the monsoon failure of 2009 and the attendant rise in price level that has now become somewhat deeply entrenched. So monsoon failure जब हुआ था 2009 में, उसकी वजह से price levels जो थे वो increase हो गए थे. India has been stocking and that India have been stocking up on gold, consequently savings in financial instruments dropping while those in physical assets shot up. सो सेविंग्स किस में, फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में ड्रॉप हो रही है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में, एंड फिजिकल एसेट्स में इंक्रीज हो रही है. This is also disquieting for policy planners because savings in physical assets stay locked in and unavailable to the economy for investment activity. So अगर हम फिजिकल एसेट खरीद लेंगे और सेविंग्स नहीं करेंगे तो हमारी गवर्नमेंट के पास पैसा नहीं जाएगा that they can do anything for investment. There is a counter view that higher economic growth does not necessarily lead to higher savings. According to paper published by Ramesh Jhangli, Reserve Bank of India Occasional Paper, Summer 2011, while economic growth doesn't inevitably lead to higher savings, the reciprocal causality does hold true. So अगर हम फिजिकल एसेट्स में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, इट मींस इकोनॉमी तो ग्रो करेगी बट सेविंग्स नहीं होगी, यही उसने पेपर में बोला था. It is empirically evident that the direction of causality is from saving and investment to grow economic growth collectivity as well as individually, and there is no causality from economic growth to saving or investment. Whichever camp you belong to, it is beyond doubt that savings growth is necessary precondition for promoting economic growth. So, जहाँ पे मर्जी हो, in any country you are, it is very important कि savings की growth होनी चाहिए, and savings growth is linked to economic growth. The Planning Commission estimates that an investment of $1 trillion or over 50 lakh crore will be required for the infrastructure sector alone, and a large part of this critical investment will have to be made from domestic saving. So प्लानिंग कमीशन ने क्या बोला है, इतने पैसे चाहिए उन्हें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में इन्वेस्ट करने को, और इसका क्रिटिकल इन्वेस्टमेंट कहाँ से आएगी, जो लोग हाउस होल्ड सेविंग करते हैं. Is this clear? Okay, so the topic of this passage asked in exam was based on informal economy to formal economy. किसके ऊपर based था? Informal economy के ऊपर to formal economy. So let's check first question. What is the main concern of the author behind saying that alarm bells should start ringing anytime now? उसका purpose क्या था ये line mention करने का in start of the paragraph? Yes, C is the correct answer. Household savings are sinking and they require to be revamped. Household savings जो है वो कम हो रही हैं. That's why we have to revamp the household savings. We have to increase the household savings. So correct answer to this is C. Very good. Next, what is or are the primary reason behind the current economic slowdown? Yes, correct. B is the correct answer. A and B, slow rate of capital expansion. It was clearly mentioned in the paragraph, and tardy investment in infrastructure. So check how easy the questions are. अगर आपने paragraph पढ़ लिया है, दो paragraph was difficult, दो paragraph was long, but questions are easy to solve because we have understood the whole paragraph. Understood करके अगर करोगे, understand करके paragraph करोगे, it will be very easy for you to solve all the questions. Next, how is household saving related to overall economic growth? Give your answer in the context of the passage. दोनों चीजें कैसे रिलेशन में है एक दूसरे के साथ? Yes, correct. Swapanel. Yeah, it was easy, but it was long. Yes, correct answer is C. That is only A. Overall economic growth is directly related to household savings. किसके साथ रिलेशन है उनका? हाउसहोल्ड सेविंग्स के साथ रिलेशन है. कैसा रिलेशन है? डायरेक्ट रिलेशन है. अगर हाउसहोल्ड सेविंग्स इंक्रीज होंगी तो इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ भी इंक्रीज होगी. सो करेक्ट आंसर इज ओनली A. That is C. Next, what the reasons of drop in savings in financial instruments after 2009? Reason क्या था जो savings drop हुई थी? Yes, correct. For last, you are correct, Swapnil. Check for this now. Ninth, what are the reasons of drop in savings in financial instrument? D or E? D is the correct answer. Rise in price level of gold. Gold का price increase हो गया था and investment in physical assets that were particularly land. So correct answer is D. Check here it was written. So where it was written here, perhaps indicative of some drag on household savings over the last well forward, India has another facet, a penchant for physical assets such as bullion of land. After monsoon failure, the rise in price levels has now become somewhat entrenched. Indians have been stocking up gold. So प्राइस जो था वो गोल्ड का इंक्रीज हो रहा था एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंटली financial instruments drop while those in physical assets shot up. So these were the reasons economic growth जो थी वो इफेक्ट हो रही थी. So correct answer is D. Is it clear, Nilendra, Shiv Kumar, Swapanil? Next, which of the following is or are the reasons of a drag on household savings in India over the last few years? Be fast. What will be the answer? All were mentioned in the paragraph: increasing consumerism, entrenchment, easier availability of credit, improvement in overall macroeconomic conditions. All were there. So correct answer is all of the above. No, Shivkumar, they have mentioned about all these things and they were saying these are the reasons of a drag on household savings in India. So yes, E is the correct answer. Because they have mentioned about all, they have mentioned everything. Check here. While recognizing that one key difference involving household scenario between UK and India is the impact of demographics, anecdotal evidence, increasing consumerism, and entrenchment. So they have mentioned each and everything. So correct answer to this is E. (11 to 15), what you have to do, some options are given, you have to find opposite to that. So first, prodigy. First is prodigy. Nearly the same or opposite you have to find. Prodigy means a young person who is having exceptional qualities. No, it is E, epitome. It is synonym to the word prodigy only, which means same, a perfect example. Okay, what's the meaning of the word demure? Demure means modest. Wanton means cruel action or violent action. So correct answer is epitome. So learn all these words. You have to learn all these words in class only. Pauper means poor person. Okay, let's check next now. Next is nondescript. Nondescript means lack of interesting features. Tantamount means seriousness. And emancipate means set free from legal or social restrictions. A. Shivkumar is saying A. Nilendra is saying D. Correct answer is D. Defined. Check next now. 7th. Savant means highly learned person. Meaning of the word savant is highly learned. Weak in vocab. So Shivkumar, you have to learn all these words. Now, savant means highly learned person. So opposite to this will be postulant, which means that who have started learning, the person who's just started learning. Glutton. What do you mean by glutton? It means greedy eater. Greedy eater. Shrink means कम हो जाना. Plug का मतलब पता होगा. Attenuant. What do you mean by attenuant? It means traveling from one place to another. Is it clear now? Shivkumar Nilendra, is it clear? Check next. Corpulent. Corpulent means a person who is very fat. This one is easy, expecting correct answer. A person who is fat. Yeah, strength squeeze. Emaciated means abnormally weak. Lean means walking in different, like sloping direction. Gaunt means a person who is lean, especially because of hunger or age. Yeah, correct answer to this is obese. So obese means mota. Corpulent means fat. So both the words are synonym to each other. Okay, check last. Embezzle. Embezzle means he is stealing money from his employer. किसी चीज से किसी से steal करना. Dishonesty से कोई चीज करनी. करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस इज मिस अप्रोप्रिएट. जो चीज सही ना हो, जो चीज हम फॉल्टी मेथड्स अडॉप्ट करके करें डिसऑनेस्टी के साथ. सो करेक्ट आंसर इज ए. यस शिव कुमार, करेक्ट. Okay, so is this clear to all? So we solved 15 questions in our today's class, and 15 we will be solving in our next class. So memory based questions is divided into 2 lectures. First we are done with 15 questions, and next 15 we will be doing in next class. Is it clear? Okay, so we will meet tomorrow at same time. Bye. Have a nice day to all. Yes, Shukumar. So these were somewhat difficult, but paragraphs were easy.